What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on another video. Welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to be doing my everyday look with all my favorite affordable products. So let's get to it. First thing first, let me just apologize that my background was way too loud, so I had to do this with a voiceover. But anywho, before we start our look, always clean your face. Now that my face is clean, I'm going to start on my brows first. I'm going to go with my brow lifting gel from e.l.f. Very affordable. If you're anything like me, then you know your brows probably take longer than beating your whole face. Not for the girls who keep their eyebrows done, for the girls who barely get their eyebrows done, like me. So here I am, taking about 10-15 minutes just on the brows. Now that the gel is gelling, I like to go on with my finger and just flatten them. I don't even know how you call this, but you see what I'm doing. This is what I do after I like to put the gel on each strand of hair on my brows. And then I'm going to shape them in a way where it don't look too sloppy. It gives a little clean look when you slide all the long strands of hair to the side. Baby girl needs to get her brows done. Now for the members that's clocking in this video who are not new here, you already know I only use a $5 concealer on these brows. Why? Because your baby girl only spends $7 to get her brows done when she do get them done. But other than that, the only concealer I put under my brows is this LA Girl concealer right here. This is absolutely my favorite concealer. Every time I find some in my local Target, I buy them all. This is in the shade Beautiful Bronze. As you can see, I'm over loving this concealer. I need to get some more, but I actually don't because I got 2 or 3 of them stashed away. So just like that, I'm just outlining my brows with my $5 concealer. Now this next step is not for everyone, but it's for me. I like to bring concealer down all the way down to my eyelids just to give a more clean look. So there I go, bringing everything down to my eyelids. And then I will go in with my concealer brush and basically blend it out. Wherever you put your concealer, I repeat, wherever you put concealer, you must always set it with a powder. Don't never forget to set your concealer with the powder. So now that I got my full eyelid covered with concealer, I'm going to go in with my favorite HD powder from e.l.f. Back in the days when I first bought this powder, I couldn't find a use of it. But when I finally found a use of it, this been my holy grail. I grab it for every little thing. So right now you're going to see me add it to my eyelids, and you're going to see it gives a absolute HD look. Now that I'm done setting my lids, I am going to go down to start base of my face. And first thing first, you want to moisturize. It is hot outside, so it's best to use a water-based moisturizer. So here I am going in with my snail cream from COSRX. Now that I added some moisture to my face, I'm going to go in with a primer. And y'all already know what primer I'm finna go in with. My Power Grip from e.l.f. I've been loving it down. I really need to go ahead and invest in the big one that they came out with. But that's $24. Like, $24. I got to think twice about that. But yeah, we're just going to add a primer around the face. I like to tap it in instead of rubbing the whole thing in. I like to eventually tap my primer in. Don't ask me why. I just feel like it gives a better grip than when I rub it in. You'll see. Okay, the Power Grip is gripping. Now that the base is all done, we are going to go in with our foundation. The foundation I will be using is the Halo Glow from e.l.f. And with the applicator, I am going to basically spread the foundation around so it's not all clumped up in one spot, like so. The more spread out your foundation is, the easiest it is to blend it in, and it gives a better airbrush look. Now that my foundation is all spread out, I'm going to get into my favorite part. Blending anything in is absolutely my favorite part. I love blending my makeup. So there I am, patting and spreading, patting and spreading. I never brush it. I always pat my foundation, basically pushing it into my skin. After pressing the foundation into my skin, I'm going to go on with my concealer, and the concealer I am going to use that I truly love is from Radiance Black, and the shade I will be using is in the shade medium. This concealer also is about $5.99. You can find it in Target. Target has a big selection of Black Radiance products, and they are very affordable. So let's get into it. As you can see, damn near every product in this video is completely almost done. Like when I tell you I love my favorite products down, I love them down. You gotta give it a little shake to move the concealer around so you can be able to grab some with the applicator. And there I go, placing the concealer right there under my eyes. I'm just gonna put a little bit there so I can let it sit and dry. The best full coverage you can get is when you actually let the concealer sit for a little while. So I'm going to place the concealer in all the places that I want highlight, and I'm going to let it sit and move on to the next step. And of course, my next step will be blush. Now this blush right here, baby, let me tell you something. For my dark skin girlies, a orange looking blush is the way to go. Blush placement is all about the type of look you want to go for. I like to look for a slim snatch look, so you'll see that I put my blush on the top of my cheekbone, and then as I go in with my bronzer, you'll see that I snatch it directly right under my blush. I tend to push all my products going upward, other than it being lowered down my cheek and my face, because I like my face, like I said, to look snatched and pulled back, other than round and down. Round and down is a no for me. Now that my blush is blended out, I'm gonna go in with my Black Oak foundation stick in the shade of Cafe, and I'm gonna use this to bronze, scope out my face, like I told you guys, where I like to place under my blush to give a little snatch look. You're gonna see where I place it. I like to go from the top of my ear down, but not too far down to my lips. An easy way to know exactly where to place your bronzer will be if you squeeze your face in like a fish a little bit, and then you'll see that little dent. If y'all can see, I have that little dent when you squeeze your face in, like your kissy face. That's the perfect spot to put your bronze or contour. After adding my bronzer around my face, I'm gonna go in with a coconut dewy spray from e.l.f. I don't even have to tell you how much I love this spray. After spraying your face, make sure you always allow it to dry. Do not go in with any brush or sponge or anything. Allow the setting spray to dry first. Now I'm going to work on my concealer. I'm going to spread it out, blend it out. Sorry, not spread it out, blend it out. I'm going to start from my forehead first and work my way down. Don't you see how full coverage is giving now that I let it sit for a couple minutes? After blending out my concealer completely everywhere, I am going to go in and bronze my nose. What I'm going to use to bronze my nose is a palette from Juvia's Place in the shade Dark. And I am going to use the darkest shade in this palette. After contouring my nose, I'm going to blend out a little bit more of the concealer on top of my nose just to bring out the little highlighted spot. Now after that, I'm going to go ahead and grab my e.l.f. HD powder so I can set the concealer I just highlighted everywhere with. This is a translucent powder, so you should not just dab into the powder and go directly into your face because you do not want a ashy look. So you should go ahead and rub off the excess powder and then push in the rest of the powder into your skin, setting all of the concealer like so. Honestly, you should actually do this with all shades of powder when setting your concealer. Don't just go in straight from the container straight to face. You should always rub off the excess. It will give you a better airbrush flawless look. After setting all of my highlighted areas, I am just going to go in with some more blush, and this time I'm going to use a more powder blush, and that blush will be from the Juvia's Place Volume 1. And I'm going to go in with the shade that is closest to the orange to go on top of the blush that I used earlier, which was from NYX. So this is a way that I basically set my blush. I went in with a liquid blush before, and now I am setting that liquid blush with a powder blush just so it can pop a little bit more, because as you can see, my concealer and my setting powder and bronzer damn near push my blush away. So yeah, I just like to go in with a extra bit of blush, a powder blush at that, to set my liquid blush that I used earlier. And now I am going in with a powder bronzer from the Juvia's Place palette in the shade Dark Dark, and I am going to set my bronzer because, as you can see before, I use a foundation stick to bronze, which is a cream. And what I told you guys, you need to always set your concealer, foundation, cream, anything that is not a powder needs to be set. So here I am setting my bronzer with a powder bronzer from the Juvia's palette, and this palette is different from the one that I put on my nose. The one that I put on my nose is shade Dark, and this one is Dark Dark. Now this next step is optional. You do not need to do this step, but like I said before, I like to look snatched and pulled up. So one way that I like to do that is I like to grab my powder from Maybelline, and I believe this shade was Dark. I can't really remember, but I'll like to outline my bronzer with, this is basically the darkest shade in Maybelline setting powder. So yeah, I just use that and outline the bottom of my bronzer just so it can sculpt my face to give a more snatched look. And just like I did with my bronzer, I take it from my ear down, but I do not go too close to the mouth, like so. Okay, so to finish up my face, my everyday look, I like to go in with a finishing face powder and just to, I don't know, add to my face, make sure everything is set, blend it out. But as you can see, I am using the wrong brush because I do not have the correct brush for the finishing face powder. So I'm just using a regular powder brush, but the correct brush for this last step will be a more fluffy flat top brush. I do not own one of those yet. I do need to find one, but until then I will be using my powder brush that I'm using right now. But I'm basically going in and just setting my face, a finishing powder to set my entire face. And this setting face powder, well, this face powder setting, whichever way you want to call it, this is from the Lip Bar collection, and this shade is in Bronze Beauty, or is it Beauty Bronze? I'm not sure, but that is the shade that I'm using to set my complete face. Now to bring your final look all together, you need to spray it, baby. Spray your face. I mean, spray it. Love on your spray. This Milani Make It Last spray is the go-to. I mean, any affordable look, your girl is pulling this out. This is gonna melt everything together and give you the look you are going for. Now watch this. After your setting spray is all dried up, you want to go ahead and remove any lip mask or lip oil that you had on your lips before we go in with our lip liner. And the lip liner I chose is from e.l.f. I cannot remember the shade that I used, but let me just tell you, I keep losing my e.l.f. lip liner. So I always have to go ahead and get some more. This lip liner is only $3 and it is really good. At this point, Elf needs to sponsor this video. Like, come on now. Baby, I am loving on my Elf products down to the ground. Elf, call me. After adding the lip gloss to my lip combo, my everyday affordable look is complete. Not only is this look affordable, but this is beginner friendly. Like, children can do this look, old people could do this look. First time picking up a makeup brush person can do this look. This look is very easy. And this is exactly why it's my go-to everyday look. And I hope you guys truly, truly, truly love it. And if you do, I would truly appreciate if you guys consider subscribing to my channel, becoming a member, and also pressing that notification button so you can be notified every time I upload another video. And if you want to know my days that I upload every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.